You know, like.
I agree. Yeah, see, that was cool. I just wanted to see what you. I saw that, and I'm not somebody that typically like, unless I'm mad about something, I'm typically not someone that goes and comments on something like that. Like, I respect your opinion, but I definitely wanted to ask about you.
Alright, so we've pretty much covered a lot of the bad teams, so we're going to talk about some good teams here. So, yeah, definitely. But we're going to go ahead and talk about them anyway. We still have about maybe 5 teams to cover, I think. But the LA Chargers, they're 8-3, expected or unexpected? Expected. All right, now.
Expected. Todd Gurley still getting better.
Chargers.
And that defense. Hey, I heard LA and I got confused.
That's all. Some people do it with the Lakers and Clippers. You're okay, bud. You're fine.
Oh no. I've never done that. All right, that's a big no.
All right, well, the Chargers, yes. Tell me why I expect it.
Bro, Phillip Rivers damn near broke a record the other day. Alright, don't sleep on my man.
Nah, he didn't almost break a record. He broke a record. It was 25 straight completions. 25 straight completions.
No. I thought I read that he tied it.
He tied it? He either tied it or broke it, but yeah, 25 straight.
Yeah, that's why I said that. Stop trying to roast me.
He's gonna break it this week. Watch. I'll just play.
I have been waiting for that for that to happen in a long time. And you're probably like, why? But ever since I was a kid, I remember like people getting so close, like 18, 19 straight completions, and it's cool to finally see it get close. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I know JJ's probably looking it up right now to make sure. But if you do find out, JJ, you're not really.
I'm not looking it up. No. We have a show today.
Oh, okay.
Nah, man, I'm not out here trying to criticize you guys. So Davis says expect it because Phillip Rivers is balling. What are you thinking?
I'm telling him. Wait, what you saying?
So why did you expect the Chargers to be 8-3, in your opinion?
The Chargers, as you saw one of the first podcasts, I said that the LA Chargers was going to be one of the sleeper teams, or
the dark horse. The dark horse candidate.
The dark horse, yeah.
I made a video about that actually.
Hey, they're playing good, but
it was pretty cool.
I will say this: they're playing good, but they still got to worry about Kansas City, man.
That's true.
It doesn't matter.
That's true. They're just gonna be.
Is Kansas City the only team? Because I see they're 2-2 in their division.
Yeah, they lost to the Broncos as well. It was like 24-22 or 24-23. The Chargers lost to the Broncos a couple weeks ago.
Well, that's gonna happen. Games like
yeah,
that
I mean, it's a divisional game. Anybody can show up on any given day. I mean, the Bucks beat the Saints week 1, so there's that.
Yeah. Saints always say that though, week 1.
Yeah, they don't start their season particularly well.
Fucking lost to the Browns, bro.
Facts. If they had a good enough kicker, yeah, they would have probably won.
Oh, dude, if the Browns had a good kicker, would they be in a playoff spot right now?
They're
going to the playoffs, bro. It's happening, dude.
They're winning out, dog. They're winning out.
Hey, just wait till next year. Same for the NBA. Wait till Kevin Durant leaves the Warriors. It's gonna be fun to watch.
I was talking about you this earlier.
Davis, by the way, we need to do a basketball podcast, like all of us, but we'll plan it, but we won't do as many as the football ones because there's like 82 games, and you know we ain't trying to do it every week. So yeah, we'll talk about it off camera. But the Chargers, I definitely expect it. Me and Aaron both had them as dark horse candidates. I thought they could at least make it. I don't know if they'd make it to the AFC Championship, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did, you know. But Phillip Rivers is balling. I know Melvin Gordon went down with an injury. He's probably going to miss, like, probably the remainder of the regular season, but he might be back for Week 16, I think. But if I'm the Chargers, if you already clinched the playoff berth by Week 16, just sit him the rest of the regular season. Why not? You know, they have Austin Eckler, who's a pretty good running back, does a lot of things for their scheme. Keenan Allen, playing like a top 10 receiver, you know, don't at me. Even with the Hunter Henry injury, they're still finding ways to get guys like Virgil Green involved at tight end. And the defense, even without Joey Bosa, doesn't look too bad either.
Yeah.
Now, they do have their days where they're kind of slacking, but I mean, 8 wins, you know, out of 11, are they really slacking?
Yeah, and I'm not trying to be this guy or anything, but you know how you said you see them going to the championship round?
Potentially. I didn't say they would. I said...
I could honestly see them going to the Super Bowl. And I know, like, I'm not saying that's my pick, because, you know,
I know. We already made our picks, yeah.
I truly do see it.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if they made it to the championship. The only reason I didn't say Super Bowl is because, you know, it's one of those I have to wait and see what these guys do in the playoffs, because they haven't been in a second. So it may be a whole new environment for them, you know. We only have a few more teams to talk about. I'm pretty sure it's just all the division winners. I'll check real quick just to make sure. Yeah, we literally only have to talk about the division winners. The New England Patriots. Yeah.
Everybody's already going to say that.
Expect it for 8-3. All right, well, tell us why.
I'll tell you why. Expected the Patriots do good until Tom Brady and Bill Belichick are gone.
Pretty much, yeah. Aaron, why would you say they're expected to be 8-3?
Because it's the Patriots, bro. Best coach in the NFL. With, I mean, that's a lot right there. Best coach in the NFL, best quarterback. In my opinion, you know how I am. I respect opinions. In my opinion, the best quarterback in the NFL.
That's all right. That's all right. Tom Brady is one of the greats, for sure. Bill Belichick's one of the greats, for sure. You know, we could be picky and be like, oh, I expected them to be 10-1. But I'm not going to do that. You know, we could just be like, oh, I expected them to go 10-1. Oh, I expected them to go 9-2. 8-3's fine. You know, like I said, I expected it. They're the Patriots. They're the best team in terms of making adjustments, playing to your strengths and playing to the opponent's weaknesses. This is what they do. They adjust. In my opinion, in terms of like consistency, they're the San Antonio Spurs of the NFL. You know, it's the same damn thing over and over, but they've remained consistent. 5 Super Bowls in the past 2 decades. I mean, there's no better comp.
That's the best comparison you can do.
Yeah, Greg Popovich, Bill Belichick, Tom Brady. I know people view him as the Michael Jordan, but Tim Duncan's a fine comparison in terms of this whole dynasty thing. But
yeah. Tim Duncan top 15?
Yeah, top 12 to 15 for sure. I don't think anyone's gonna question that.
But Greg Popovich, best coach of all time, arguably.
Yep.
Bill Belichick, best coach of all time, probably.
Most likely, yeah.
Coaching definitely wins games.
Exactly, and when you have a guy that can make adjustments, like I said, play to your own strengths, but play to their weaknesses. I mean, that's something special right there. I mean, they've had games where they've used Cordell Patterson, who is a former running back in high school, but at the pro level, he's a wide receiver. They've used him at running back for a couple of games.
Cordell Patterson is just an athletic guy.
And then the defense, I know statistically they're not great, but when there's a big game to be played, they're going to be there. They'll make some plays to help Tom Brady get an extra possession or two. Help the Patriots offense get an extra possession or two. So I'm not really surprised at all. I think a lot of people have them going to the championship game, a lot of them going to the Super Bowl. I don't really think there's a whole lot to be unexpected about them. So
the team I had knocking them out in the championship game is the team that's not even relevant no more. So
I still have a little bit of hope, but they haven't done it. So and that's the team. I said that's the team that I had going. The team that I had going to the Super Bowl The Steelers, there's still hope. I don't think they will, but I'm sticking with that pick until you can't possibly go with them anymore. So the Pittsburgh Steelers, on that note, 7-3-1, expected or unexpected?
I expected the record, but not expected a tie. So is that what you mean?
Sure. You can explain it from both aspects. I mean, the Browns pretty good.
I expected the win and loss for sure. But that tie, I did not expect. But hey, a tie is going to happen.
Mm-hmm. We've had 2 this year.
The Steelers are a good team, so I see them going to the championship game again, most likely.
All right, Davis, chime in, brother.
All right, if Ben, Juju, and Brown and James Conner go back to how he was playing in the beginning of the year, then for sure.
For sure.
As we know, people don't show up in big games. You never know what's gonna happen.
True.
That's all I have to say.
I definitely say expect it. There's one thing that I hope they accomplish this year, and that's winning a big game. What I mean by that is like beating the Patriots in the AFC Championship or beating the Chargers, whoever makes it. I need these guys to get to the Super Bowl. Show me you're legit. You know, like you have all this talent. You have a really good offensive line. Show me. And James Conner has been a workhorse.
What I think about this year,
yeah.
If they don't do it this year, then I don't know when they will, because I think they've finally gotten over the fact that Le'Veon Bell isn't coming back, so they're playing to the best of their ability.
Yeah,
so if they don't do it this year, I don't know.
Yeah, if they don't do it this year, I mean, it feels like they're about a year away from their window closing, so time is on the essence.
The window's definitely closing. They gotta get it done.
I mean, it doesn't help that you never know if Big Ben's retiring or not. He wants to play with people.
Every week, it's like a news story with him. And, yeah, I'm not going to talk shit on Big Ben about retirement because one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time, like, literally, you know, Brett Favre, you know, every other day he was contemplating that for like 4 years. So I'm not going to harp on Big Ben a whole lot. It's emotional, man.
Dude, it's so emotional. When you give up something you've been doing for so long, like, you just gotta think about that, man.
Yeah, for sure. Now, we have 2 more teams to talk about, and then I got a little bit of news. This is going to be like a 2-part episode, because, shocker, we went over an hour, but that's okay. We've had a great discussion, and that's all that matters. So we got 2 more teams to talk about here. We're going to start off with the Houston Texans at 8-3. Expected or unexpected? The 8-3 Texans. All right, tell us why.
I had Houston being a very good team. It took a second to get to what I thought they would be, but they are officially where I expected them to be. They're going to keep popping out. Through 2 more losses. That's where I'm at 11-5. And it's gonna be interesting. But I do have they are exactly where I thought they would be. It took a second, like I said. But I'm proud of where they've gotten to so far. And I know dude, honestly, we're in a really good spot in the NFL right now where you really don't know who's going to the Super Bowl except for maybe one team in the AFC.
That right there, Aaron, is what I'm so excited for next year with the NBA.
When KD leaves, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And for both sports, I think the NBA and the NFL is going to be very exciting next year because I think there'll be like maybe a little bit more balance. Who knows? But
uh-oh, JJ's predicting Tom Brady retires. Okay.
No, that's.
I'm kidding. Don't take that.
Maybe I'm expecting a team to step up in the AFC next year. Who knows? Someone's got to fight for second place. But
they might not want it bad enough, brother.
Well, better get your ass out there and play 60 minutes of football. But the Texans, I'm finished. Oh wait, did you finish? My fault. If you want to add on.
Sorry, brother. I'm not gonna do this.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you're talking to me.
When you said finish, I'm like, oh shit, did he have something to add on? No, you're good. No, don't worry about it. I know you're playing Fortnite on the other end, potentially. But
yeah.
I'm going to say expect it. I expected them to be good. I didn't expect them to win the division. I thought it would be like a tie between them and Tennessee, but Tennessee's having their inconsistencies. The Texans beat them the other night like 28-17. They're starting to run the football a little bit better as well down the stretch. I feel like they're just now finding themselves as a football team. You know, like, even though they've been winning these games, I feel like now they're starting to really get into the groove of things as December comes around and football starts to get a little tighter. And they're on an 8-game winning streak. Well, now it's the longest win streak in the NFL, and we'll talk more about why when we talk about the NFC. But, well, yeah, you got, like, the Texans, yeah. And, anyway, fuck. Yeah, the Texans are doing great. Their defense has definitely stepped it up over the last month. And Deshaun Watson's been playing well. Hopkins is doing his thing out there. The offensive line has been a little better in the past month. They're still not a great unit. So I think teams that are really good pass rush, like the Chargers, may, you know, wreak their havoc. But they've been playing better the past month.
They got a game up against the Browns.
What's good?
Next week, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know something that you might be proud of me?
What's that, brother?
You got me to really like DeAndre Hopkins. He's not, you know, I was kind of sleeping on him a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
You were in a coma when it came to him. But thank you for coming around. I'm proud of you, Aaron. Thank you for coming around. You were kind of in a deep coma when it came to DeAndre Hopkins, but, you know, better late than never.
Yeah. Hey, back to the Patriots.
Yeah.
Get that
if they get the 1 or 2 seed, it's a wrap.
They're playing at home. They don't mess around at home, man.
They don't really. I only know a couple of instances in which they've lost at home. If they get a 1 or 2 seed, that's a wrap.
Every loss is away.
Yeah. But yeah, Aaron, you want to touch up on what made you like DeAndre Hopkins a little bit more than before the season started?
Oh well, I just started thinking about it's not that easy to get thrown. To have that many quarterbacks in your career, because it's not like he had 15 or whatever amount of good quarterbacks. They were, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's had 12 different quarterbacks in his career. I think 11 or 12.
Yeah.
Who?
DeAndre Hopkins has played with 11 or 12 different quarterbacks in his pro career, including guys that were only on the roster for 4 days.
Wait, he's been on the Texans his entire career, right?
Yeah, since 2013. He was a part of that 2013 draft class.
Oh, well,
yeah.
2013 was around the time where they were losing, what?
They were just losing.
No, what was the quarterback? Schaub?
Yeah, Matt Schaub, man. Pick 6 Schaub, baby.
Oh, but when he was actually good and getting them into the playoffs, 2013 was around the time he was figured out.
Are you talking about Buddy on the Falcons, JJ?
Finally got it down.
He had like a streak where he was throwing a pick 6. Like, I think he had 3 or 4 straight games where he threw a pick 6. Like, no lie.
I didn't know he was that bad. I thought he was a good backup.
He's indeed a good backup. No, but he was good when he was at the top of his game, you know? Like, everybody has a good prime. He was good in his prime.
Alright, what's the last team video?
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. The last team is the 9-2 Kansas City Chiefs. Expected or unexpected?
Unexpected. They had a new quarterback. I thought it would take them about a year to adjust. Next year is when I thought they'd be a good team. Even without Eric Berry, they've made an impact. That's pretty much where I'm going to hit on that.
Yeah, honestly, I thought next season was going to be kind of like what it's been this season. They're really good. And they're a year ahead of schedule.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Davis? I'm sorry.
I'd say expected that they were going to win, but not at this rate.
Okay. That's a good take.
They're undefeated at home, And
Facts.
they have, I don't know if it's the best offense, but
well now it's definitely going to be number one because it's something that happened in the NFC that we'll talk about on the next episode.
Yeah. But, new quarterback, but Kareem Hunt, he had a beast rookie year. You knew he wasn't going to go away. And, their season basically depended on how their quarterback was going to do. And he stepped up. So they're winning games.
And fun fact about Patrick Mahomes, he is on pace to break Peyton Manning's touchdown record. I'm not saying he will, but as of this moment, he's on pace to do so.
Hold up, will he do it in his career is the question, though.
Maybe. I'll give it a 50% chance. This year's definitely probably his best chance of doing that.
So you think
yeah, he's at 37 right now, but the magic number I think is 55.
What's the chance Pat Mahomes becomes the best light-skinned player of all time?
Damn, why are we doing it from an ethnicity standpoint? I don't know.
No,
Probably.
No, because all the best quarterbacks ever are white, of course. So
okay, that's true. Well, it's definitely going to be between him and Russell Wilson, don't you think?
Yeah.
Okay, I think it'll be between them, but they're two different types of quarterbacks. You got Mahomes, who's a gunslinger. You have Wilson, who can throw it, deep and accurate, but he prefers those intermediate routes, those 20-yard routes.
For sure.
But they're both going to be great quarterbacks, I think. I'm going to say unexpected. I didn't expect them to win 9 games at this point. I expected maybe 6. But
yeah, 7, 6.
It's good to see that they're doing great. Andy Reid continues to innovate, but my one gripe with Andy Reid is he hasn't won like a really big game in a long time. The last time he was in a big game, it could be, brother. The last time he played in a really big game was like a long time ago when it was like the Eagles versus the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
No, last time they played a really big game was when they choked 28 points to the Colts in the playoffs.
That too, but that was a divisional round. That wasn't a championship game.
It's still a playoff game though.
What's your thing on big games? Because like you sit there and call that LA Kansas City game a big game. You know what I'm saying?
I say any playoff game is a big game, man.
Alright, playoffs. Okay.
Well, yeah, I think that the Chiefs and the Rams definitely was a big game because that's a potential based on what's been going on this season Super Bowl matchup. So, and that was the battle between the two teams with the best record.
It's a battle between the two teams with the best record.
Other than the Saints, of course.
I hate trying to predict who's gonna make the Super Bowl because with football, it's one game elimination, so you never know.
Yeah, there is no best of 3 or best of 7. It's single elimination.
If there was a best of 3 in football, then it'd be a little easier, I think, to predict.
Yeah, because you can get upset in one game, you know what I mean? But at the same time, at the same time, I do kind of like single elimination because look, you just better show up that day.
The first game can be that Saturday, the second game of that series can be the next Thursday, so it's a short week, and then the third game of that series could be that next Saturday.
No, Aaron, they have to keep it at one game elimination because that's the only reason why they get more views than the NBA, so they have to keep it at that end.
Yeah, because then the Super Bowl would be in March, conflicting with March Madness. I mean, the NFL would beat it out. Yeah, I know. I mean, obviously the NFL would beat out March Madness, but what I'm saying is it would... Okay, so based on the current schedule in terms of sports, it's good that they end in February. I don't want it to ever end, but it's good that it ends in February because the All-Star game for the NBA is like a week or 2 after. Then you got March Madness.
Most people are just general fans. So as soon as football is over, everybody moves right over to basketball.
Exactly, and unless it's October, no one gives a shit about baseball, to be honest.
Exactly.
No offense to baseball fans, but it's true.
Yeah, no offense, but baseball is just happening all the time. Like, I feel like
spring trainings.
really enjoy it, no one really cares.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just go ahead and say it like this. When you're at a baseball game live versus sitting on your couch and watching it, there's a clear difference. When you're at the baseball game, it's fun. They're fun to go to. They're great events. But when you're watching it on TV, it's so slow. It's like watching golf.
Wait, bro, golf is the best sport.
Well, do you think baseball would be better if they put a time limit?
I think baseball would be better if they had less innings. Instead of 9, just do 5.
Yeah. 4th inning stretch.
I mean, fuck. I mean, 9 is just... And then plus, like, some games go to, like, 14, 15, 17 innings.
I feel like also with 9, if you're a really good player, with 9 innings, you're giving them so many chances that it's harder for underdogs.
Yeah, true.
If you play 5 innings and a team comes out there spanking you, you better respond or you're gonna lose.
Yeah, and it also it allows for quicker adjustments. The game could go faster, obviously.
Yes.
And then, yeah, it could be more efficient that way, but I mean, you know, there's people... Baseball is still like the 3rd or 2nd most watched sport in America, so the views-wise, it's not really like a complaint, but for people that don't watch it...
The only thing that I would put ahead of baseball, I would put hockey in front of baseball.
Yeah, I love hockey.
From a visual standpoint, yeah.
Hockey, you can have a blast watching on TV. It's, way better time in person.
Yeah.
Team that pitting each other, bro. The refs don't even break it up. They sit there and fucking bam on each other's face.
Okay, once someone gets knocked out, we'll come in.
Someone falls. Yeah, they break it up when someone falls down.
Yeah, 0 fucks are given, bro.
Alright. I gotta go, guys.
Wait, hold on, Davis. We got a little bit of news before you go.
For sure.
Okay, so where do we start? There's a lot of shit. Alright, let's just start with Reuben Foster. Do you know about the Reuben Foster situation? So, like, he had another domestic abuse case on him. I think it's his 4th one since he's been drafted, or his 3rd one. And he got released by the 49ers. Then he was picked up the day after by the Washington Redskins. And there's been a lot of backlash about him getting picked up and what's been going on.
How many times has he had this domestic violence?
I want to say 3 times since he's entered the league and 4 times since he was a freshman at Alabama.
That's some personal shit right there. He needs to figure it out.
Now, I think the NFL policy for first-time offenders is 6 games, and he's already done 6. I think the second policy is like either 8 games to a year. So, I don't know. Like, what should you do?
I've been doing it 3 to 4 times. If I'm a team, I'm not picking that up. I don't care. We'll find someone who isn't anger management oriented, like, you know what I'm saying? We'll find someone who can fill that role. We need that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Aaron, what are your initial thoughts to the Reuben Foster situation?
That's hard. I mean, shit, I don't care. I'm a fucking fan. Just if he gets picked up, he gets picked up. If he doesn't, he doesn't. It's not my business. Honestly. No reason to get butthurt about it. You go on social media and suck dick. So, that's what I feel about that. Probably not the answer you expected, but that's truly how I feel. It's not our business to get up and say, man, fuck you. That's not our business, you know?
Yeah, I understand. And I'm glad you actually gave that response. Yeah, I mean, it's really not our business, but since it's a talking point, you know, I guess.
No, I didn't even mean it. I didn't mean that at you. If that's what it sounded like, I wasn't aiming that at you. I was just saying.
No, I know. And I know you didn't, like, mean it in a bad way. You just meant it in a, okay, yeah, this is news, but it's nothing we can really do type of thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason to get butthurt. I'm not going to go to sleep tonight, or I'm not going to go to sleep on the day that it happened, mad as fuck because somebody picked up Reuben Foster. You know, there's no reason for me to get upset about it. Same thing for Colin Kaepernick. Like, I'm not going to sit, I love Colin Kaepernick, but say I didn't. I'm not going to sit there and fucking scream in my pillow and say I'm gonna kill myself because Colin Kaepernick gets picked up by a team. You feel me?
Dude.
What?
Yeah.
He's good, bro. I don't care what anyone says.
I want to see him play, dude. I want to see what he's got. But
like, it's really at the point where I don't care how much backlash the Falcons get. I would love to see him on the Falcons team. Not to take over Matt Ryan. I love Matt Ryan. But just to get the man on a team, he deserves it, dude. You know what I'm saying?
dude,
Yeah, I'm with you.
And then on third downs, like, we could use him as like a Jason Hill. You know what I'm saying? You know, he can throw and he can
people are mad at him and they don't even know why. So that's what's so
They're just
dude.
mad because it involves what it involves.
Dude, they're just a bunch of conservatives, man, like who don't know what they're talking about, and it's just pretty annoying.
Sure, dude, for sure.
Yeah, I'm not gonna cross that whole politic thing because I don't really give a shit. You know what I mean? Like
I don't
that's
give a shit either, but I'm just saying.
like, you know, like when it comes to politics, you know, I leave that to the people who give a shit about it. But me, it's like bro, if change for it to happen, it'll happen.
It, like on Messenger, but we don't make it a.
Yeah, like for me, it's like, bro, it don't matter who you put in there, dog. Like, either shit's gonna happen or shit's not gonna happen. You know, it's kind of like the NFL. It's a results league. Shit, the United States is all about results. I'm not worried about 5 years from now. I'm worried about today. Because there ain't no fucking tomorrow, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So Reuben Foster, I will answer it. But listen, I'm just going to keep it a buck. Okay, if you've been suspended for doing something, right? And like I said, I'm just going to answer the question to answer it. I don't really care either. It's not my fight. But if you've been in trouble for it before, let's say me and Aaron, you know, robbed a gas station, right? And we get like a warning from the cops. And you keep pushing those buttons, and eventually you get arrested, but you get bailed out. After you get arrested and bailed out, you should just stop. Like, just don't fuck with that gas station ever again. Or any, for that matter.
You have no reason to be beating on other people when you need to be beating on the motherfucking team.
You need to go take that out on the opponent.
Yeah.
Well, people do dumb shit, but if they don't fix that dumb shit, then that's an issue.
Like,
question,
yeah,
okay?
Yeah.
How can a football player sit there and literally be someone who does domestic violence when your job is to hit people? JJ.
What I don't understand, Aaron, is how someone could be making millions and still be mad enough to hit somebody.
Thank you.
Exactly. And
bro.
If you need to hit somebody, for goodness sake, please.
I mean, you're a linebacker. Hit somebody.
Yeah, and if you feel like you just have to hit somebody, please do it. Fans need you to step up and hit somebody.
Take it out on your division rival. Don't take it out on a woman. Like, even if the woman's just bitching and hollering because she's drunk off her ass, like, take it out on somebody else. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, how many girls are in this world, man? Just approach one.
This is why we like having Davis on.
Hey,
What's up?
Obviously, I don't have any insight on this, right? But if Josh Gordon is truly staying clean, hats off to him, bro. I love to see people go through stuff and come out of it.
I'm with that. Come out a better person.
You already know, Aaron. You got that detox thing.
I mean, if you come out a better person at the other end, like, for sure, salute to you. But I will say this about Reuben Foster. I will say this. After you've done it, like, so many times, and that was the analogy I was trying to make with me and Aaron. After you've done it, like, twice, you get in trouble for it the first time, shouldn't you just stop?
Dude, I got a better one.
Go ahead.
I got a better one. Alright, Davis. Listen. If, you know, you got your car taken for not being able to get off the weed, bro. Why the fuck do you keep on doing it if you just get your car back and just stop?
Bro, because it makes me a better person and it matures me, man.
We're over here asking why players are doing the same thing over and over again, when the real thing is our friend Davis needs help.
But Davis.
I'll say this, bro. First 3 years of high school, I didn't do no drugs, and I was a dumbass who didn't do shit in school. and didn't care about anything, and now all I do is smoke and have heavy people to talk to and friends, and I'm trying to do good in school because I actually want to
Bro,
do good
did you
in
get
life.
fried today? Duh, of course I got fried today.
Okay.
I'm just saying,
and also touching on Davis's thing, I don't, you know, weed is weed. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's from the earth. I don't really see the big deal about it, but in terms of like
bro,
why
like,
people are against it,
You know
what I'm saying?
About weed.
What's that?
Is it makes Americans be the dumbasses to find out that you can smoke something from the ground.
Hey.
Yeah.
I don't care about lungs either. You know you can get lung cancer from not smoking.
And this is also true.
Like, then if you like that shit's crazy. Man. Like,
Wait, what did you say?
You can get lung cancer without having to smoke, which is true.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
It's not as common.
But it's definitely
saying,
possible.
Like, at the end of the day, okay. So just have a good time, be happy.
Shit, I mean, yeah, do what you want to do, man.
Hey, make money.
So,
I gotta go.
One more thing, Davis. I swear, this is the last bit of news. Last bit of news.
Coming back tonight?
Okay.
Coming back tonight?
Yeah, go, JJ.
Yeah, you answer Aaron's question first. Like, are you coming back later, as he said?
My bad. Are you coming
Yeah,
back
I'm
tonight?
coming back. I just need to print something, dude.
Alright, well, here's the last piece of news, though. So, I'm glad we talked about Reuben Foster because we have another player who's in that situation. And while we were talking about the AFC, we're referring to Kareem Hunt, by the way. He had a video from February come out. He was at a Cleveland hotel. He played his college ball at Toledo, Ohio. Cleveland's in Ohio, so he knows the area pretty well. Yeah, he had a video from February come out. Domestic violence, his first offense. And while we were doing the live about the AFC teams, I got notifications saying that the Chiefs released him. So I want to hear y'all's thoughts on that.
What? The Chiefs
Yeah.
released Kareem Hunt?
Yeah.
No.
I told Davis he needed to stick around. Yeah, I'm dead ass, dude. Go check.
You wouldn't lie to me, right? Like, for sure?
Why would I joke around about an all-pro running back getting cut?
Alright, rest in peace to Chiefs. They're fucking stupid. If he did it in February and he hasn't done it since then, like we already said before, bro, everybody makes mistakes. The Chiefs are so stupid for doing that, dude.
That's like cutting Julio because he accidentally hit his dad. No, not
that's
his dad.
that's yeah. And running
Bro, that's like cutting Andrew Luck because he stopped being a nice guy.
I mean, this is
fuck out of here.
yeah, I mean that's like just cutting any other all-pro running back. Like it's dumb in hindsight.
We're not going to talk about this for that much longer.
Dude, alright, I think the Colts are trying to pick up Le'Veon Bell, but man, the Colts
that shit.
Get Kareem Hunt, dude.
Hey, watch that happen.
I'm with that.
That would save them a lot of money.
If they get Kareem Hunt this year, dude, they're instantly
they gotta be a threat.
Dude, that's gonna happen. I call it right now because they don't have to spend money on Le'Veon Bell like they were.
Yeah, they have a more affordable option.
The thing is, Aaron, bro, they could finesse Kareem Hunt and sign him to a 1-year deal, and just go from there, dude. They could decide if they want Kareem or Le'Veon at the end of the season.
Listen, let's scratch all that. Why are we not mad at JJ? I don't care what we were talking about. That is an automatic cancel. Like, pause the podcast for a second. Or not pause it, but like, pause us from talking and telling us. Because that is some breaking news right there that I would have loved to know like 20 minutes ago.
Well, you see, we spent all this time talking, you know, I was like, okay, well, we're going to get it out. I'll slowly introduce it and then get y'all's thoughts on it.
Bro, next podcast, we got to talk about best fit for what team
Dude,
needs.
He's gonna get signed. I bet you he gets signed by tomorrow.
He'll get signed by tomorrow, or he may get signed on game day and just play next week.
Oh.
Like, shit can happen. I mean, dude, Reuben Foster was picked up.
You know a team owner is gonna look at that and be like, I I don't give a fuck.
That's an all-pro running back.
Well, the video, he did end up fucking that person up, though, didn't he?
Well,
Like,
to me, it looked like he hit the dude, but the girl got caught in the crossfire, and they both just got, you know, like fucked up. Like they both hit the wall. But he did shove the girls like away from him, like bro, back up type of deal, like a bouncer at the club, you know, type thing. But
yeah,
I mean,
always be trying to get in your face and start shit, and then play the victim.
But that's not even what happened. He was going, and the guy was there. I think he was mad at the guy. I have to go watch the video. Hang on. Well, yeah.
Because I only saw it. I only saw it once. I watched it once, and that was it.
It was a good talk. I gotta go put something for the SAT real quick.
Oh yeah, dude.
All right. Yeah, go ahead.
I'll be back later. I'll see you.
Alright,
All right. Yeah, me and Aaron will talk about it for a little bit more. What's up?
I got a lot to say, but some of it I'm gonna say off podcast for certain reasons. Okay.
Yeah, we'll end it in a little bit. This is just kind of our final thoughts.
I know we're smaller, but some stuff I'm gonna say might actually offend people. Something you wouldn't say if we're professionals. That's why I don't want to say it on the podcast. Okay.
I mean, yeah, I understand.
Yeah, like you're probably like whatever, dude. But like I'm just treated like if we're really big, you know. That's why I didn't say anything.
Yeah. Well, okay, can I get one more thought out of you before we end it, and then I'll just say one thing. We can wrap it up.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
what's your final thought on this, like the initial thoughts? Because, I mean, there's going to be more details that come out, I'm sure, but just what we have right now. Like, what are you thinking?
Fuck, I never expected it. I thought it was gonna be like a don't do this again, you know.
Yeah, I'm sorry that it was so abrupt, but I mean, we were just doing so good in terms of like the conversation. I didn't want to spoil it by hitting y'all with that. You know, that's why I put it in the news. That's why I was like, Davis, you know, you're gonna like this. Because Colts need a running back, Kareem Hunt, unfortunately, released. But yeah, your final thoughts, and then we'll probably wrap it up. This is like a 2-part video anyway.
My final thought?
Yeah, just your final, like, on-camera thoughts.
Crazy.
It's definitely crazy. Yeah. I'm just gonna say this. I don't know if it's like the right thing or the wrong thing to say, but if Reuben Foster got picked up with his situations, I definitely think Kareem Hunt's getting picked up. But I'm just gonna leave it at that. That simple. But thank you guys for the podcast. It was definitely crazy for most parts. We did touch on the AFC teams. We did like the 2 big bits of news. We'll do the NFC. I don't know exactly. I think we'll do it next week. After like 1 game, see if it changes our like perspective. It probably won't. But thank you guys. Aaron, you got anything to say before we go? Like,
no, thank y'all for watching.
Yeah, thank y'all for watching. Like, subscribe, and
do the outro. I don't ever do that. You always do it.
Oh, you always do the outro? Well, guys, it's been a good podcast. Thank you guys for coming out and watching and listening on your phones. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share the video with your friends, get the word out, and salute. Peace.